All right. Hey, welcome everybody. Another episode of the Battle of Hoth build here. I is Doofus Bob. Get yourself a cup of coffee and we're going to do a little terrain building today. Last end of last episode, I don't know, I think that was 6 or 7. We used a heat gun to texturize our foam here, right? And let's see. Let me move a couple of these pieces here. We got some really good results here. Okay. All this right here. Really happy with this part right here. The gouges are nice and deep. Real crevice, precipice looking terrain. Originally, I talked about painting over this with Mod Podge, drywall mix, white paint, maybe blue paint and then white paint and then going over it to give it that ice look. But I'm thinking now if that mixture is too thick, I'm going to cover up all this great texture. So I think that mixture will be fine for this. But for the floor, I'm going to go with a thinner wash. Maybe Mod Podge, flat white paint, maybe a light blue color, then a flat white, but I'll make a thin layer and paint over the whole thing, get it into all the little crevices, and then maybe dark blue, light blue, and then white, and then patches of maybe a glittery white to give that snow look. So, so this episode originally I was going to do the trenches. We got some over here. We'll put some over here and then 2 here. However, I'm still on my vacation. I was sitting down here the other day watching Empire Strikes Back on the home theater, which you can't see over there. And I've been giving a lot of thought to Echo Base. So while Empire Strikes Back was playing, I kept, pausing it, rewinding it, and sitting over here and looking at this, looking at the movie, and just kind of soak it in and decide, am I happy with the direction it's going? And what do I want to do next? And I've been mentioned the entrance to Echo Base. Okay. So we have these Tinker Turf paper doors here. It's essentially cardboard paper, right? So I need to bury this inside some foam. And I thought about it, got some foam, and I looked at it, and I did a cut, and it came out really well because I was just fooling around with my wire cutter. So I'm going to go ahead and show you what I did, another piece of foam, and at the end I'll show you the original one. So let me set that up. Okay, so I hope you're having a great Christmas, and I hope you had fun. And I'll be honest and say I didn't do a whole lot myself. And I'm just looking at the camera here to make sure. Tell you what, doing these camera angles is not easy for me. Trying to get them right, but So I have a thicker piece that I think I'm going to use for the base, but I wanted to show you what I did here. Okay, so what I did was, and the reason I'm not showing you on the actual piece I'm using is because sometimes I get bored and I want to play with my toys. And so I sat here while watching Empire Strikes Back, and I did some of this, and it turned out to come out fairly well. And I'll get to those pieces in a minute. But what I did was, the other piece is much thicker. Okay. So you can see how this is sitting. What I did is I came in. I want to make sure that we can see these pylons here. So I'm going to draw a line like this, and the same here. I want to see my pylons. It doesn't have to be perfect. Remember, it's ice. So when the rebels got here, there was probably a cave, maybe an old mining guild or something. Not sure if the doors were there. If they put the doors in themselves, they would have had to cut around the rock and the ice, which I think it was mainly just an ice mountain. So let's draw an outline as to how much we want to cut out. Okay. So we'll demonstrate here. Here's our nice little wire cutter. But what we could do, it's not on, is it? No, okay. Is we have this one. It's thicker and it does a pretty good job, but it does collect a lot of material. So let me show you what I mean by that. Okay, let's just start cutting. Hold on, let's let it warm up. Post in the comments if somebody in your family started shit with another member of your family at Christmas dinner. I always like to hear about that stuff. I have a coworker who told me last year, Uncle so and so had had enough with Aunt so and so and flicked a spoon of mashed potatoes into her face and hair. At which point she grabbed a bottle of beer and flung it at him, and the rest of the family got together and ejected them both from the. Accidentally touched the bottom there. From the dinner. I love stuff like that. It just cracks me up how people behave. So, okay, we should be hot enough now. Now, I'll show you why we probably should have used the other one just to demonstrate. Okay, so now you can see all this junk is on there, right? What you can do is turn it off so it starts to cool a little bit, but don't wait too long. Make sure it's nice and thick so it doesn't get on your hand, and just really quick wipe it off. Okay, this is a paper towel, so be careful. Oh, it doesn't want to let go. Now the downside is it as it melts, it reforms. There we go. We'll take that piece, put it over there, and now you can see how this kind of looks over here. We're going to get rid of that part in a minute. This is the side we want to keep. Now let's switch back to this piece. Let's turn that back on. Give it a minute. And if it's heating up, I can see the vapors coming off of there. And just going to follow along. Let's make sure we're in camera view here. There we go. I thought that was much easier. Okay. I found the little stand for it. So we'll leave that back here. Okay. So now we've got our two sides. And we can see that the pylon is showing. Okay. So that's pretty good. The idea being that we can grab another piece and put it on top. So let me go grab that. So then we could take this other piece and put it on top like this. And now you see we've made the doors to echo base. Um, these are the two pieces I'm going to use. I was going to cut this foam anyway because I don't need anything that big anymore. Okay, so that's one way to do it. What I had done while I was watching the movie the other day is this. Same tools and everything. Okay, there we go. So we got the doors. Make sure we're in camera here. There we go. Let me see, did I grab the right side here? I might have grabbed the wrong side. Let's see. Nope, we got the right one. Okay, here we go. So what I did was I put it on here like this, and I traced around it like before. But this foam was a bit thicker. I should have practiced on this one instead of this one, but that's okay. I do a lot of things off camera. I'm right now. I'm also doing gameplays of Tales of the Shire and Skyrim, and sometimes I won't be recording, and I'll just go and play just to have something to do. All right, just needs to be re-glued. So there we go. What I did was I cut this out like I just showed you on the other piece, and then I want to start shaving a little bit of this off. So let's do that. So this texture here, I was going to originally keep that, but it's too flat. Okay, it's too perpendicular straight down. And if you look at ice ridges and glaciers, it's never like that. If it is, it's in maybe like a valley or something, but that's kind of not where we are. So let's go ahead and use this. And I'm going to follow along my original line here. Oh, you got to turn it on first. Now, while I was pulling on this, you didn't see because it's behind the foam, but I just touched the doors and, they're made of paper. Fortunately, I don't think it cut anything or burned. And if it did, it would just maybe look like battle damage, but I don't want a fire here in my basement. I haven't talked much about it, but this house has been a disaster since I bought it. Ooh, we screwed up. And I'll show you what I did wrong. Not really. I'm not sure I can actually screw up, but let me put this over here safely. Out of the way. Okay. So we got a little bit too deep in there, and now we've got a hole there. So we'll put a boulder or something in front of it. Okay. So here you go. Line that up. So this needs to be re-glued. We'll fix that. I wanted to show the pylons. There we go, a little bit more maybe. And back in these crevices here, we will backfill that with something. We've got our nice ice ridge look there. So what can we do for the top? Well, that's where these other pieces come in. And what we could do is we can take this and just put it up here like that. Okay. And then get our marker. And we can, if we're happy with it, where's this the thickest? It's thickest in the middle. We can do it like this too. Okay. Now, I think it's better like this. So I'm looking at the back here to see how much space I have. So holding that down, put a line there, put a line there. So now I can just travel along this line here and this line here, and we can cut that to fit so that now the doors, yeah. That'll look good. You know what? I think we need to bring it out a little bit because I'm going to shave some of this off, aren't I? Yeah, let's bring it back out. Always good to take a step back and think about what you're going to do. Let's see. So I don't care too much about this side. That's going to be back here. You can see it from over here, but your focus is over here in the middle. I haven't thought about too much what I want to do on the other side of the ridges. The what do you call it? The fourth wall side, if you will. Don't really care too much about that. Maybe I'll just paint it white, you know. All right, let's do this. Let's put another line. Okay. All right, so we're going to follow along. Let's take the furthest line out. We'll take that one. Yeah. Just double check. Yep. Okay. Now, I might have been off camera there, and you're like, what the hell is he doing? So just going to cut here and here. Okay. So hopefully you had a good year. New Year's is coming up. Hope, just hope everybody's doing well. Everybody's happy. If not, change it. I'm gonna come in a little bit. Kind of just run along the edge here because I need to shape this surface. It's kind of nice looking the way it is, but it doesn't really match anything. And if we screw up, I know where I got this foam. I actually talked to the guy again, and he's a really nice guy, and I will get more. Whoops. There we go. Okay, let's put that over here. Let's just double check. Oh, yeah. Yep. That looks good. That looks good. It makes it look like I did on purpose. Okay. Now I'm going to come out a little bit and maybe texture like this, just below the surface. Okay. Make sure we're still good. We are. Okay. We're still in camera here. Yes. I tell you what, the camera angles I think is the hardest part for this YouTube channel. I'm doing this by myself, so put in the comments what'd you get for Christmas, and if you don't celebrate Christmas, then what else did you do? Okay, now this is getting close to where my hand is, so I'm going to slide my hand back, get this back in the camera. Okay, there we go. All right, let's see how that comes out. Yep. I'm quite happy with it. It's we have a flat spot here, and there was a pre-existing little, I don't know, what do you call it, like a knot in the wood, a cavity here, and we'll just leave that in there. There's a little piece in there. Get that out. Just make it a natural fissure. Oh, hold on. You know what we could do? Let's slide this way. Is that in camera? Right here? Yeah. So this cavity here, you know what we could do is maybe expand it a little bit. Where's my marker? Not expand it, But what I'll do is let's do this. I got an idea. Let's just mark it here, 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 and here. And what I'll do is I'll melt a little bit this way, this way, this way, this way, and make it look like battle damage. Okay. Um, so now this isn't laying quite as flat as I would like it. So we may have to slide a few pieces in between and then glue it. I'm not going to glue it yet because this is probably the first part. And honestly, I didn't think I was going to get this part done yet either. I've been sitting here thinking about the doors to Echo Base. This is the north entrance of Echo Base. It's like, how am I going to do this? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to upload this video, and there'll be a part in there where the voice, the talking doesn't match the lips, because I did record a piece earlier and I forgot to turn on the microphone. So I'll do a little voiceover and it'll show you how I cut the other piece, and then I'll come back to this piece. And this is just a quick little 20-minute. This is what I'm doing. I had an idea and I decided to go with it today. I wasn't going to film anything today. So just had a thought, ran with it, and we're all good. And now we have the doors to Echo Base. Like I said, I'm not going to glue it yet. Here's why. It's a little bit higher than the rest. Like I could cut it more here, and I might go this way. But I haven't quite figured that one out yet. Like I'm not sure if that's what I want to do. So I'm just going to leave it. And then after a week or two, if I'm satisfied, I will probably trim some more off, make it look like the other ridges, and then put it over here and glue these two parts together. All right. Oh, I'm trying to think what else to tell you. I can't think of. It's been a quiet week. If you have suggestions, please say so. I know there's only 20 subscribers, but anybody else that happens to come across this video, you got some suggestions? Am I doing something wrong? Did you have a better idea? Have you done this before? I know I've seen a few Echo Base Battle of Hoth builds where the video is Battle of Hoth in one day. Whereas this is, I'm working on this pretty much like every Saturday afternoon. And what I do is Friday, I plan it out, kind of think about what I want to do. And then Saturday morning, I eat breakfast and kind of set it up. Try not to screw up. I didn't have my checklist with me this morning. That's why I didn't turn on the microphone. So I cleaned up the other day and I might have thrown that away, but we'll make a new one. So next Saturday or sometime, we are definitely going to do the trenches. And then we're going to have to make a decision what to do here, because after that, we are going to have to start painting. And we may add a few more pieces as far as ridges and glaciers go along the way. But trenches are next. And then maybe I'm going to have to show you the entire painting process, and the mixing and all that good stuff, and how we're going to add bits of foam into the paint mix to show you how to get maybe like boulders and whatnot. So, all right. Hey, Doofus Bob here. Like and subscribe. The entrance to Echo Base has begun. It's almost done. I think it looks pretty good. And where is... I don't have Ranger or Captain Jack here. Otherwise, I'd put him there for display. Oh, I see him. He's over there on the Millennium Falcon. Okay. Again, like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Have fun, everybody. May the force be with you.